Hello everyone, here's my audience. This is Charles, this is Mike, and this is Jacob.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to persuade you guys that social networking sites should not be encouraged to use. As technology develops rapidly, some social networking sites such as Facebook and MySpace have become more and more popular and gradually become the most indispensable parts of people's lives, especially for the likes of teenagers who spend most of their time on online chatting. Take me as an example. When I was in high school, Renren, Chinese social networking site, was the most popular social networking site among students. Every morning when I woke up, I logged onto my Renren account and started browsing my friend's homepage to find something new. I would chat with my friends or leave some comments for my friends' posts every night before I go to bed. During the daytime, we talk about the hottest issues on Renren. It seems that social networking sites enrich our lives, and they do. However, the bad impacts of using social networking sites on people's life are more dramatic than the good impacts on people's life. So today I'm going to persuade you guys that social networking sites should not be encouraged to use from three aspects. Firstly, I will argue that social networking sites breed isolation between parents and children. Then I will talk about increased physical and mental health problems due to use of social networking sites. Finally, I will talk about potential loss of privacy that result from using social networking sites. To begin with, I will talk about isolation between parents and children that result from using social networking sites. As children spend more and more time sitting in front of computer screens and chatting with their friends, they spend less and less time communicating with their parents, so that as time goes by, there will be a wall standing between parents and children. I remember the time when I was addicted to chatting on Renren. I seldom talked to my parents. Every time my parents tried to talk to me, I found it difficult to move our conversation on because sometimes they were confused by the words I used because I got used to using online language, and I got impatient when I had to explain the meaning of those words to them. As a result, there was a time when I found myself not being that close with my parents. And June in 2013 stated that children's absorption in technology, from texting to playing video games, limited their availability to communicate with their parents. In fact, with headphones on or earbuds inserted, children are less likely to engage with their parents in any way, whether a simple greetings or lengthy conversation. And in addition, St. Louis in 2012 says that the gap between parents and children will be widened if parents attempt to find out what their children do on social networking sites. As for parents, they will be angry about their children's bad online behaviors or be sad about finding out their children posted something that they do not know. As for children, they will be angry about being monitored and having no privacy. Therefore, all of this lead to further estrangement between parents and children. Secondly, I will talk about increased physical and mental health problems due to use of social networking sites. According to Daily Mail reporter in 2009, based on the research of Dr. Sigmund, social networking sites such as Facebook and MySpace do harm to people's physical health by reducing levels of face-to-face contacts, which would increase isolations. On the one hand, isolation has a huge effect on the secretion of some certain types of hormones, which is good for our health. For instance, this research found out that the secretion of one special hormone named cuddle-chemical oxytocin, which is used for promoting bonding, alters a lot if people reduce close contact. On the other hand, isolation also brings a bad impact on the immune system because some genes, which are closely related to response of immune system, act differently if isolation increases. Those differences in secretion of hormones and active genes mentioned above will lead to serious health problems such as cancer, stroke, heart disease, and dementia. And social networking sites enable people to communicate without walking out of their home, which decreases the probability of exercising. So therefore, obesity is becoming an increasingly serious health problem. Apart from physical health problems, social networking sites also cause mental problems, for they facilitate online bullying. Westcott in 2013 said that people should exercise caution online and warn that disappointment can be amplified. Nowadays, online bullying is not rare to see. Comparing to bullying in the real world, online bullying brings more harm to people because it never ends, and you cannot escape as long as you're connected to the internet. And bullying in virtual world can take many can take many forms, which can be more serious than bullying in real world. For people who are sensitive or have trends of depression, online bullying results in serious consequences such as suicide. Even for people who are mentally healthy, online bullying will make them uncomfortable and depressed. And lastly, I will talk about the close of personal information when people use social networking sites. Anyone could find you easily on social networking sites by typing your names into a search engine like Google, and anyone can read your information easily once they open your Facebook homepage. According to Wortham in 2009, a survey conducted recently revealed that more and more employers are using social networking sites to screen job candidates, and Facebook is the most popular one for them to do online evaluations, since once they open your Facebook homepage, you do not have privacy anymore, so that employers take the chance to know the real you. People can also get your information, though you do not provide your personal information in your social networking profiles. GEL in 2012 states that from social networking sites, a simple algorithm could give comprehensive information about users, including their personalities, habits, and even home addresses, which sometimes are not provided by users in the social networking profiles. And nowadays, everything can be spread widely once it's posted on social networking sites because of the function of post forwarding. We have to be very careful about our words and behaviors, even though we're ordinary people. Once we do something inappropriate in public, we may find ourselves on social networking sites and become the conversation pieces of other people. From what I mentioned above, I think most of you have realized the seriousness of the problems that are caused by using social networking sites. And in conclusion, social networking sites such as Facebook should not be encouraged to use for the reason that they can cause isolation between family members, mental and physical health problems, and loss of privacy. And then now I think most of you guys may argue that social networking sites can provide people a more splendid life. However, before they can be redesigned to fix some serious problems, what they provide is not a wonderful life, but a series of problems that ruin our life. Thus, social networking sites should not be encouraged to use. Thank you very much.